Desperation Radio! Go! We've done it. We've made it 3 weeks into the year 2016, and the show itself hasn't exploded yet. At least not literally. Figuratively, every night it explodes.
Not yet.
Every night it blows up. But
we're waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, I think it just explodes anytime we start the show. There's a sound where it makes an explosion and it is you screaming, or is it the opposite way around?
Right, but that's a good kind of blow up. Or I mean, probably not, because it's me screaming. Anybody else screaming would be a much better blow up. But
well, I think by now the listeners are just used to you screaming.
That's what I figured too. Like after I was calling those.
Look, everybody who listens to SDR expects two things: you to botch the intro, and then somebody to start yelling.
I think that happens.
Could be any of us.
That could be any of us. It's kind of a roulette wheel at this point. I think we should have a contest around that someday where if you choose to put a cast member that's going to end up yelling first this episode, you get a promo code for
you get a Team Spooky Month
subscription. There we go. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Now I want to ask you this: if yelling is screwing up, I never screw up, right?
Well, no, yeah, you never screw up.
You actually are the opposite. Nobody even hears you talk half the time.
Yeah. I think for you, we'd have to say how many words will Gibby say before the end of the show. If you guessed
who are
under
you
20.
All talking to?
What?
Now, who are you guys talking to?
You don't hear Hell Pockets?
Who?
All right.
Right?
Leave the call and come back in.
I think he's messing with you.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. So, yeah, we got a show today, and it's going to be a pretty big one, small one. I don't know. There's a lot to talk about. Doesn't really mean it's big. It just means we're going to ramble on about different shit. Like last night, thing happened, guys. Right? With wrestlers.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Cam Newton totally spanking the shit out of the Cardinals.
No, I only talk about sports on this show. So wrestling.
Look, what I know what happened last night is that NFL's in the off season right now because the Raiders aren't playing. So I don't know why you're bringing up shit.
Bringing up, I'll speak more on that later on. But I just want to I want to congratulate Triple H for winning the World Heavyweight title for the 14th time, and I need to end the show early tonight because I got to do homework. Otherwise, I cannot take a field trip tomorrow because I'm in high school. It is 1999 right now.
Yeah, we got to congratulate our sponsor, all right?
The WWE Network?
Yeah, isn't that ran by Triple H?
I mean, I don't know if he runs it by himself, but he's certainly getting paid off.
He has to run it by himself. He has enough belts around his arms and legs and neck and body and just everywhere. He should be able to run it by himself. He's a talented individual.
Gibby, you need to bow down to the king, okay? Tired of you disparaging this man's name.
The king of good storylines.
Look.
The mattress king.
Hands down, he is the greatest wrestler of our generation.
According to Raw earlier, they said the greatest ever, actually.
Oh, wow. And you cannot argue analysts from Raw. They are the
JBL, yeah. I mean, he is truly.
JBL knows what he's talking about. Okay, like JBL, you literally can't argue with JBL because he won't let you. If you try to say something to him that he doesn't agree with, he'll just block you,
and then hit you with a clothesline from hell.
And if he wants to add a cherry on it, he'll just call him Farouk, and Farouk will beat the crap out of you.
Farouk's just gonna come in and say, "Damn, and JBL, how come you don't return any of my calls anymore?"
But honestly, out of all the possible choices, which was basically him or Roman Reigns winning at this point, I was pretty much fine with Triple H.
I mean, if you have to compare the two, there was literally without that, I didn't see a way of Roman Reigns losing. Roman Reigns. I can't even say it anymore.
You're done.
I'm done.
It's over.
Screw it. I'm glad he lost.
The Rock's baby cousin did not win.
Rock's baby Cuzzy did Cuzzy, damn it. Shouldn't have had that MGD.
Boomin' Reigns. Good old Boomin' Reigns.
Royal Wumbo.
Did you just say Chubbawamba on the show?
No, I'm like, because Lillian can never say Royal Rumble. She always screws it up.
Oh God,
she's like Royal Wumbo.
Well, I mean, she screwed up the rules pretty bad.
Yeah. At least she's consistent.
She just tripped all over the rules.
She's like, what is this shit? Really? Who writes this?
Dude, the
Thanks a lot, Pat Patterson.
The Spanish intro to Callisto, though,
that was tight.
That was impeccable.
And then Alberto Del Rio getting announced in English because
reasons.
No longer Mexican, whereas Kalisto, I'm pretty sure, was born in the U.S.
Wait, hold on. What were they fighting for?
The U.S. title.
Who had the U.S. title?
Alberto Del Rio.
Who got announced in English?
Alberto Del Rio. Oh, interesting.
I see what you're doing.
Now you know why. It makes perfect sense. Why would he be announced in any other language other than American when he's a U.S. champion? Damn it.
But who has the Chinese title?
Nobody. Well, all the belts made in China.
I don't know.
Gold is.
I assume that they're all handcrafted by artisans and masters of their craft in the United States.
Sandwich artisans?
Yes.
At Subway.
Subway associates are the ones who are out there making our hard-earned intercontinental belts, among other things.
So what you're telling me is there's going to soon be a meatball marinara champion.
I hope so. I hope
that's me.
I think they're bringing back that as the hardcore belt.
You know what? They're just going to give that championship to Kevin Owens, and then Scott Steiner will come out and say he's fat, and then they'll just cut away.
On the subject of the belts, what the hell is with the tag team belts looking like a piece of pleather and like pennies on it? What is that?
I mean,
they introduced those belts in 2011 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
And they were fucking ugly then, and they refuse to get new belts.
Yeah, they're not even thinking about the old style. The old belts, they actually looked good.
I had a ton of respect for New Day with everything I heard about them and seen about them, and then I saw them put the belts on their shoulders. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, they're not really that impressive.
I was done. I just turned off the goddamn show and walked away.
Damn, that bad, huh?
I think they should give them both a pair of $1 million belts.
Oh, okay.
That would be all right. Bedazzled tag team belts.
Why don't you just put unicorn horns on it while we're at it?
I mean, why not? They've been holding it for a year, right? I think they deserve it.
I mean, who else are you going to put the tag titles on?
You're not going to put it back on the Usos, apparently.
The Legion of Doom.
That's not going to work since
we
one
actually
of them is dead.
Yeah.
Look. You can have hologram Hawk or hologram Animal, whichever one I forget.
We already got they're called
Hawk.
the freaking, what are they? The extension? Yeah, hologram Hawk and Animal.
Oh, you mean the Jobcension? Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Jeez, that's cold-blooded. It's true, though.
I was about to say, I don't think I've seen them win a match.
Not since
the longest running
2014.
tag team title holders of NXT. Instantly, Job.
Instantly.
That's how much. Now, here's the big question, right? The biggest question of the evening is what happens with AJ Styles now? Where does he fit in? And
okay, so I have a theory. AJ Styles is going to be announced as the headlining game at EVO 2016.
Ooh. Okay.
We'll find out more about it tomorrow. This is from the dirt sheets that I got.
Oh.
Yeah.
Meltzer and Alvarez got that one early, huh?
Oh my god. I mean, I hope they at least have him. They're obviously going to have him do something with Owens. That's going to be the. I
don't know. They could still do something with Sami Zayn if they wanted to. With Owens,
they kind of set both up last night, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't think we'll probably know for sure until the next couple weeks. But who knows?
What if they just make it so any talent they actually need to push just beefs with Owens? And then when they're done with him, they'll have him beef with the Big Show.
Oh.
You can't outbeef the Big Show.
I mean, he's
too big.
He's made of beef.
He's too big. Look,
well, he got outbeefed yesterday by Beef Strongman.
He's the beefiest.
He's the Haas tosser.
He is King Haas of Haas Mountain.
That was probably the best way I could imagine them dealing with the whole Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman thing. because in one instance they had Brock knock him down with whatever looked like a club coming from his shoulder, and then afterwards I don't know what happened, but I guess Brock tried to suplex him, and Braun's just like, no, it's not going down like that. So it looked pretty even.
I thought it was funny how when Brock knocked him down, like it looked like he actually hit him and made him fall down.
Yeah, like he just
I think he did. I think he literally hit that dude. He's like, fall down.
You don't know self for me. You're not that strong.
You're not no Cena. Oh my god, the favorite part, the part where I marked out had to be when Triple H was asking Bray to just monkey stomp fucking Roman Reigns, and he thinks about it for a second. He was like, "No, I don't think so, man. You don't know who you're talking to. You can eat these 5 knuckles across your lip."
I thought it was hilarious that the crowd got more hyped for the Bray Triple H stare down than all of Roman Reigns in the Rumble.
Yeah, right. Wasn't that crazy?
I was saying what they should do is just make the Roman Reigns chant "boo." So like when people are booing him, they're supporting him.
I don't think that's gonna work like you think that's gonna work.
It's like, were you guys saying boo or boo leave?
Oh my god. Yeah.
I would like to thank the Midwest for actually having good reception for Sprint, because I got to watch the entire Rumble match. I didn't watch any of the prelim matches on the drive back from Frosty Faustings. Because in California, Sprint is like the worst shit ever.
Oh yeah, man, we've got it real bad out here for that. It is expensive as hell too, for as crap as it is. Like, I don't understand how they charge that much.
Well, it's like out here. So out here, I got Sprint when I was still living in St. Louis, and I'm on unlimited data, which I don't really plan on getting rid of. But yeah, out on the West Coast, like my reception it goes from butt to ass.
Oh well, maybe someday we'll fix that. 90 times 2, obviously.
I mean, I don't really need to worry about it too much.
As long as the internet works, so you can continue watching streams. Pretty soon, you won't even need phone lines.
Wow. We're just going to stream it with our minds?
Yeah, that's right. You're gonna stream with your minds. You're gonna put a chip in your head, and you're gonna log on to Twitch TV.
Is this Johnny Mnemonic? Look, you need to stop.
No, you guys are stupid. What they're gonna do is they're gonna genetically enhance wrestlers so huge that you can just see them from looking outside your house.
It's just gonna be
Ultraman, dude. Building size hands. You just don't believe it unless you see it in person.
It's gonna be Ultraman style, right? Yeah, that'd be sick.
You see, he is a big red machine, but that machine also boosts your Wi-Fi reception.
I don't know who to cheer for. He's a heel, but he's helping me call my grandma.
Oh wow!
Now that's compelling storytelling.
But so, did you guys watch Faustings all over the weekend?
I actually did see a little bit of yesterday. Yeah.
What did you guys think?
I thought, just before we get into anything related to the games, I am really glad that thanks to that fire alarm going off, It's Lit has been officially buried so far into the dirt that I will never hear it again.
Is that like?
Don't lie to yourself. Just don't lie to yourself.
I don't know, man. Like they were kind of harping on that for a while afterwards.
No, that's what I mean. It's like they burned it so badly that's just they gave it the Viking funeral. Jesus. Why did I use that? those are actually lit.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you actually use It's Lit to describe how they killed It's Lit. So
yeah. Hey, can all you guys just stop? All right.
I want to, but no. Like I work at a college, and in the dormitories, a lot of the times you see people put paper messages up in their windows, and there's 46 It's Lit in room 4 or 5. On the windows.
You firebomb those rooms.
I can't.
Oh, you can't.
I can't find the actual rooms because it's I can only see it from the windows. I gotta go inside the building for that.
Disappointed in you. So yeah, on back to Frosty. Fire alarm hit. Arturo streamed on Periscope for a bit. The Melty Blood finals played outside, and
we kept
good shit to the Melty community, man.
No, we all kept making the joke of what if they were just out there the whole time, and suddenly everyone else just walked outside and they're like, "Oh, what are you guys doing?" I really have to...
You know what? The Melty community gets points for just doing the most ridiculous shit now. They're just like, all right, guys, what haven't we done? Well, it's 30 degrees outside. Let's go play finals in the parking lot.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys watched it, but there were a ton of people that were posting up pictures of like where these players have played, and my favorite one was that, hey, we're here at the base of the Eiffel Tower and we're setting up. There's a dude with a laptop and two Hori sticks. I'm like, this is dedication. Like, the only thing would have been better. It's like, hey, we're here in the French catacombs and it's a 1st-to-5 right now. This guy's H Roa versus my F Coma.
That's amazing.
We're
going up the elevator in the St. Louis Arch, and we're doing a first to 2.
My goal is, or my dream is, just suddenly we have the space station, and there's just like here we are, gazing at the glory of Earth's majesty, and we're gonna have a 1st to 10 right after.
You know what? I just want one time when they're playing Street Fighter V finals at EVO. They're actually playing Melty while sitting on the laps of the guys playing Street Fighter.
Oh my god, that would actually probably work too. Just because like one guy looks at the laptop and the other 2 guys look at the projector screen.
We'll call it finals. We'll call it finalception.
Hey man, that's saving time, money, and space.
You can't stop Melty. Like, they do it on cars in front of Super Arcade. They do it in trash cans at SCR. Outside in the Midwest, Melty can't be stopped.
Have they done it in the bathroom yet?
I believe so.
Yes, I think so.
I feel like that's just like they don't even have to do it in the bathroom at this point. They've already surpassed bathrooms.
Oh, the bathroom is too passe for the Melty community.
Yeah, it's just too blue.
If the Melty community can survive my first foray into commentary while I was relatively intoxicated, they can do anything.
That's the power of Steam, man. See, now we can do that with other fighting games.
Now, I only have one question. With Melty never being stopped by any force of nature, will, whatever, do the brackets run on time? Because I would assume so, considering they never stop.
I mean, you can literally like with the advent of internet brackets and everything, you can technically just do them from anywhere in the venue and monitor them. And yeah, technically you don't have to even be in the room to like run your bracket. I mean, not that you shouldn't ditch your bracket, but you just like update it via cell phone and be like, all right, you guys play over here. Like, who's playing in the lobby? Who's playing in the bathroom? Who's playing on the rooftop? Yeah, you guys go ahead, handle that stuff. I'm taking a nap.
We're actually going to play Melty Finals in the trunk of a car that's driving home from a tournament.
I just really hope one day we just get like some really staticky stream and it's like, we're here in Dimension X playing.
Well, you know what happened? Like there was
we're in the Technodrome.
Yep.
There was that photo that Brett posted of like Rod and the Luffy one playing plus R on the plane over, like on a freaking iPad or something.
That was so sick. I was hoping so badly somebody like one of the stewards or any of the other like people on the flight just walk by like, hey, who's got next?
Look, you want to know this action? They got a little bit of side back action going over right here. $5 to buy in. Come on.
Some guy just walks by going to the bathroom and he's like doubles back and just drops a quarter on the seat like, hey, that's mine.
Better watch that shit. Don't make sure it doesn't disappear.
I'm coming back for it.
But the rest of Faustings was cool. Like I caught the top 16 and top 8 for Exerd, and we all saw the amazing defensive job that occurred in the grand finals. I mean, shit, it was pretty damn cool to look at. And the other thing is, like, we heard the commentary afterwards, and they're talking about, like, a lot more people showed up this year than they normally do, and they might need to get bigger. I don't know. That would be crazy, because Fausting has been around forever as a, 1-day, 2-day event?
Yeah, I think it was last year and this year were the only ones that it was 2-day, and yet, last year was sort of like a pseudo 2-day, because most of the stuff that was on the first day wasn't that important.
Right.
So it's interesting. I know that they definitely feel like they might need a bigger venue this next year. They're not sure yet, but it's definitely something that's on the table. And I know a lot of people are wanting them to stay a 2-day event because it just is. I mean, we've talked about 2-day events versus 3-day events on the show a lot.
Yeah.
I just think it's so much easier.
It's that nice Sunday to relax.
But do you think the 2 days are the correct 2 days, not Saturday, Sunday, but Friday, Saturday?
I think that's debatable. I think you could kind of go either way. So I really am not too tied to either.
Look, you guys want good days for 2-day events? Why not Wednesday and Thursday?
Ooh.
That works here in SoCal, right?
Oh!
Jesus.
I'm at work, otherwise I'd be laughing maniacally at that.
Imagine if at Evo it was just like on like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you just had Saturday and Sunday to do whatever the hell you wanted.
Actually, I wouldn't be too surprised at some point in the future they try something like that where Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are whatever set of pools that take place within the game, and then Saturday, Sunday are going to be finals days. Because we've always talked about, people with Saturday being finals days for certain games, like it's perfectly fine. And then for some reason we put like an absorbent amount of weight on Sunday to be like the day that everybody watches. I'm just assuming because like Sunday is the Lord's Day or some shit like that.
It's the Lord's Day.
Whatever gets me out of church.
The day of rest where you just sit down and watch one after another grand finals.
The easy way to get out of church is not be a scared motherfucker.
I mean,
you
know what Mom's is like.
Yeah, I know.
So I'll leave you with that.
Go out of it, man. We're not kids anymore.
So if you're the scared one, am I the gutter one?
Gutter trash?
I gotta do my dirt.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Tony, it's either you or me.
Are you sure you're not the crazy motherfucker?
I do go berserk.
So I'm the scared little punk.
And I guess Gibby's the down motherfucker.
No, he's the adult. Self-proclaimed.
I own a house.
He does.
I like that. He does.
So, Paul, as someone that was actually at the event, how would you say your experience was?
It was a lot of fun, but I tend to have a lot of fun at Faustings every year because I've known a lot of those guys for a long time, more than a decade. I think the only thing was there were a couple hang-ups. Obviously, the fire alarm on Saturday. Friday night, they kind of ran into some snags with the stream because mystery teams plus R and Exerd teams were all going on at the same time. So they literally just could not get people sometimes. Because too many people were trying to be seen in plus R. And it was just kind of, so there were some minutes where I don't know if it was really noticeable to the viewers, but I know that there were some people definitely running every which way in the venue trying to make sure that everything didn't finish too late.
Yeah, and I definitely noted some of the overlap. It was even brought up by some of the commentators where with so many team tournaments or multiple events running at once, it was so dense it just got to the point where people that were dominant in multiple games just you can't have them play everything at once.
Yeah, it's really hard. No, you were saying.
I was gonna say, did you end up doing any kind of TOing on your end?
Yeah, I ended up running the end of Exerd teams because Bozak had to go play plus R.
Makes perfect sense.
So basically.
What you're saying is
just like, he had to go play, and he's like, "Hey, can you just do this?" Or he was gonna pass it off to one of the other staff, and the guy who was giving it to didn't really because they were running paper brackets, so the writing was pretty small, and he didn't know who the teams were. So I just go, "All right, just give it to me. I already know who's playing. I'll finish it up." So
what you're saying is, wherever there's Exerd pools in danger, Paul and Walkman will somehow show up and save the day. Just step on.
Pretty much. Between you, myself, and Wild Wallace, it will get done.
What's that? Family emergency? No problem. Just come out the door slams open. All right, we're here. We're gonna need some pencils, some paper, some megaphones. Fuck the megaphones. We could just scream, "Hey, we're about to play a game."
Show up, you gotta get DQ in like 5 seconds.
And then we'll go be early and on time. Fuck yeah.
That's how they throw everybody off, because you switch like bracket runners and you guys are like on point and everything, and everybody else is like, wait, what? Like crap, I was giving it like 20 minutes for a grace period.
Yeah, so I was kind of surprised they were running paper brackets, but I guess maybe it was just because they weren't expecting as many teams as they got on Friday, because they ended up with 40 teams for Exerd, and that's a lot. So
yeah, that's huge. And it's a long haul too.
Oh yeah, and I don't know. I don't even remember. I'm pretty sure they had to cap mystery teams. So.
Oh god, a mystery tournament. That just adds to that shit.
Mystery tournaments are the best.
No, they are the best, but it's just like, oh man, if you're looking for people to be available at any given time, forget about it.
I feel like I could get top 8 in a mystery game tournament.
I could see that. If it was like, just if it was your lucky day and it's just like all these obscure shit things that either you or I play.
We're like, oh shit, I played this game fucking yesterday.
Right? Like, yo, I've been training on this shit all week for a money match. Oh man. But no, Frosty Faustings look really cool. Definitely glad to see that it's still going pretty strong, maybe even stronger next year. But of course, sets the tone for Exert action happening in America. And with the recent announcement that Revelator is getting a new character, seems some interest overall has been revived. It's been a pretty good weekend for Exert, really. We got the announcement of new characters in Revelator, although Dizzy was absent, but I'm pretty sure she'll show up in Arcade eventually. And we got a hitbox viewer that some people have been using correctly and others not so much. I don't know how you can incorrectly use it, but...
Well, I'd like... Gibby was talking a little bit about this, so maybe he would shed some light on this one.
Yeah, so the way a lot of games work with hitboxes is there's this thing called animation. Every character has them, and the hit and hurt boxes tend to change in different parts of said animation. Okay, so what people are doing is they're like, oh, hey, look at this attack here. Look how shitty it is. And it's at a certain point in the animation where it's bad, usually the beginning or the very end. They're not showing the juicy part of the hitbox where it's like, oh, look, this is where it's like the most active. This is where it covers the most range. Like, no, let's just show this shit. Like, Slayer is shit. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think his hitboxes are as shitty as people are making them out to be. Like, I really want to see someone flesh this out more and get better pictures because people are just putting up garbage.
Remember.
And the other thing is, no one is putting up anything that gets me hard like Ralph Neutral Jump A98. God damn it, that's so good. Sorry, just...
It's all about context and continuity, people.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like literally doing the opposite of like, the scam job where they show you like, the product that doesn't work while in that one instance while it's working, they're showing you the product that does work in the instance that it's not working.
No, they're just doing the whole clickbait news article kind of thing where it's just like how could I say this? Like, did you know that apples give you cancer? And it's like, yes, if you eat 7,000 pounds of apples, you will die from cancer or something like that.
It's basically people just using a hitbox viewer to try to prove the point they already assumed was correct.
It goes back to the old argument. If you take this away, what can I do?
I mean, I was looking at some of those hitboxes last night, and then I played a bunch of matches, and I'm like, all right, if I'm to believe what these people were putting up, then either this hitbox viewer is busted, or they're not using it right. Because there was a bunch of shit that I was like, oh, well, that doesn't look that good. Still get hit by it. I'm like, well, apparently missed something.
I think the worst example of that was the Slayer.
Yeah, Slayer easily.
So somebody put up the recovery frame that Slayer has from his jump kick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where, big green box and little thin red box where his foot is, right?
Yeah.
Looks atrocious. You wouldn't ever hit anything with it. But then somebody pointed out that's one of the recovery frames. And the actual startup of it and him becoming active is actually better than his plus R iteration, and that thing's dumb. Like, there's less of a hurt box in the Exert version than there is in the plus R one for the frames that it's active. And then part of its recovery still has, like, a small active frame to it, which is like, yeah, that's fine. That's a great normal. Obviously Slayer has some stuff that's worse. Like, I finally figured out why slide feels so terrible in Exert, and it's because it's so small.
Yeah.
Whereas I could just slide into people like a dumbass and plus R, you can't do it. Because its actual active one is, like, in the back leg instead of the front one. the stuff like that's kind of sad to look at. But when you have people just like, hey, look at how bad this is, and it's like, bro, that's a recovery frame. Like, okay, yeah, of course that looks bad. But a bunch of the Japanese players started like tweeting up like, yeah, this is what comparison shots look like of Pulsar Slayer and regular one. It's like, oh, some of these aren't that bad. Some of these are pretty.
It's pretty good, man.
Yeah, some of them are pretty close approximations, and then you look at like 6K and you're like, oh, this is so sad.
Another issue I have with a lot of the people putting up the hitboxes is like, since they change throughout the animation, they're not capturing all the different parts of the hitbox. They're just putting up that one shitty frame or that one really good frame.
Yeah.
And I really do want to see them compile all of them together. Like this is the entire animation to move, and that's a problem with the hitboxes in general. When people take pictures of them, they don't tend to get all of it. They just get one portion of it. And they don't realize that it changes. Like every game does this, where it just changes in the middle of it for whatever goddamn reason. Even if animation doesn't change, the hit and hurt boxes will change for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, and that's becoming a harder thing to deal with because back in like ST days, moves didn't have that many frames of animation.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're looking at Exerd, and these moves are actually well animated to where there's a whole lot of different hitboxes. So, making sure that you basically have a GIF of each move, each normal, each special move, is going to end up being a lot of work.
Like you kind of I guess at this point you just want to get like the keyframes, You want the stuff where.
Well, you don't even need that many keyframes. Like Shadow X Nobody has been ripping sprites or the animations for Sin and just making GIFs out of them, and it's like there's // It's like here's total 7-8 frame startup. Here's where it becomes active. Here's a recovery where there's still vulnerability being extended. That's fine. Some of these things aren't animated so intensely. Like sure, it's a far cry from ST's Standing Fierce for You, where it's like activating, active, big red box, retreating, it's done.
Yeah, exactly.
That was all in the span of 4 frames. Sure, there's a bit more flourish to it now, but it's not that hard to get a full animation.
No. But it like I said, it does require some dedication and actual, work to just not go, look, I saw a big one, I like it.
Yeah, that's essentially what all this shit is.
So everybody's just like stealing like one frame and going, look, it's crazy, and that's all.
Yup, that's a big one. Yup.
Just like, that's just offensive. God.
Yeah, like, I think it's unfair if people aren't being thorough about it. Like you mentioned, there's hitboxes that transition over time. If you're not getting the full picture and the full animation, then like it's pointless to you. It's completely useless. Like the only thing I really got out of it yesterday was like, oh, I should really use Sin Standing K more. It goes over lows. Way better than I thought it did. I'm not going out there and be like, oh, I should never use his / because it extends his hurt box too much comparatively if frames 1 and through. It's like, look, man, I just need to smack people. And all you told me is that this move that I've been ignoring is a way better smacking tool than I ever thought.
That's how you refine the game.
Yeah, that's how you get better.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, all the stuff that I saw, at least for Kai, it was pretty much straightforward. They didn't really do anything like secretive with him, but some of the stuff I saw for Milia was like, oh man, this is pretty damn close. It makes a lot of sense and is really strong. So I know how to avoid it at least now, or at least why I want to avoid it. Versus like
I would like to see the full animation of Kai's jumping slash to see if it actually is as bad as it looked like in the frames that people were catching, because if that's true, that really got nerfed really bad.
It might just be like a lot of the stuff that I saw looked like, oh, so and so can like crouch underneath there, blah. It could just be like if you were to do it really late, you would land before it hit, maybe. But I don't really know. Honestly, I kind of like this because I don't really have too much of a feel of what moves feel like in gear, anyways. Like, how was I supposed to know? So there was so many missing like hurt boxes on these moves. So
yeah,
as someone who is very ignorant about gear in general, I feel like it's kind of interesting to see the development of the boxes for this game.
Yeah.
But this is just a good tool to have, as long as people use it right. This, along with frame data, will help people learn stuff. It's not going to be everything. This won't help you be good at the goddamn game, but it's good for information.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it'll probably help some people to where they get to kind of understand, a little bit more about where they should be doing certain moves, or how a certain move works, even if they didn't quite get it before.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. It'll be interesting to see too if ArcSys lets this rock, or they try to patch it to where it won't work anymore, because they have sort of in the past had problems with people who are, doing stuff to their games, using their games, uploading videos about their games. So it'll be interesting.
I don't think there's a way they can patch it out without just trying to usurp the usage of code.
I don't know.
Well, even if they patch it out, people are still going to find a way to do it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's on PC. I mean, look at Street Fighter V. Like, there's
time for me to look at the hexadecimal values and write Lewis script to show these things.
Exactly. It's not gonna. They're not gonna be able to lock anyone out. Like, they'll try, but it's not gonna work in the end. Like, did they lock out anyone doing the custom colors for their characters yet?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, hopefully they don't do that either, because I like a lot of these custom things that I've seen better than all the goddamn colors in the game.
Well, that's just because the normal Exerd colors are awful.
Yeah.
Like, most of them are rehash, right?
A lot of them are just really bland. Like, it's a lot of the stuff in Revelator is pretty cool, but in normal Exerd Sign, it's pretty bad.
Well, I mean, hopefully they add that color edit mode eventually, right? No? Okay.
I mean, they add it in Reload. So if you want to have like our horrendously terrible primary colors, but each different one for each different region of the character, to where it's just everything was just so eye-gougingly bad when playing online. That was the funniest.
God.
I still think the most annoying is people just making the all-black characters, or the all-white characters, or the all-red, or the all-blue, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, those were pretty bad.
I feel like some of those carried over into, like, Slash.
There are some pretty ugly. I mean, each iteration of Gear has had at least a few really ugly colors.
Yeah, it's like it's a requirement at this point, right?
I feel like it is.
That's how you know who the real hardcore player is. You put in the crappy ones, and then like you have people color match for like the good ones. And it's just like, nah, son, you're knocked down to the brown belt before you can get back up to the black.
Oh, dude. So,
but honestly, sorry, go for it.
I was gonna change the subject, but if you guys want to keep on going about that,
no, I just wanted to say, but honestly, like the last week and a half has been really big news for ArcSys games in general, because along with the Hitbox Viewer, obviously, like you said, we got the announcement of a new character, which we don't know exactly if Kumu, I think is what people are saying is how it's pronounced, or the Japanese are pronouncing it. I'm not sure.
It's Goom.
Goom? Okay.
It's if they're actually going from the Korean, that's about as close as approximation I can get without actually hearing it. But that's how it was spelled out to us.
We don't know if that character is going to be in arcade first or going to be console. We don't know when Dizzy's coming at all, which is really interesting too.
Yeah, because they pretty much advertised that voting thing as an arcade character vote, right? Or was that just
no? They just said to be added to Guilty Gear.
Oh, okay.
So we just all sort of assumed, but I mean, we don't know.
Well, that's our fault, yeah. Well, no, we don't know, and I guess it would make sense for them to all show up in console and then be added in the arcade later with another update if the pattern stays the same from the previous version.
I mean, maybe. I really wish I did know, but I don't.
Yeah.
Also, we got the console date finally for Revelator.
Just in time for CEO.
Is it?
It's like June 7th or something, right?
Yeah, May 26th in Japan, right?
Yeah.
Sounds right. and June 7th in North America. So that's a month before Evo. That we should be fine, right? That's how that works.
I would hope so. Now, this is, of course, assuming that there isn't a rebalance.
Well, that's the thing is I think there will either be a very soon rebalance or a rebalance patch when the DLC characters for console become available, and maybe that will be on launch. I don't know.
But what are DLC characters going to be for the console?
Well, see, that's the thing is if you think about it, there's probably only so far we have 3 arcade characters, which is Jam, Jacko, Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Goom, maybe Dizzy, and then that leaves one more spot.
If we are going by the same rules, because like I said this before about Smash Brothers, there are no rules. Things might have happened, but that doesn't mean things can't just happen for whatever reason.
I mean, but they worked out
true,
well.
But ArcSys has been keeping this 3 DLC characters thing pretty much throughout their games lately.
I'm just wondering if they're going to treat it like they treated Sign, where, like, you know, Sin was on disc, but you had to unlock him, or you could pay to unlock him.
Yeah.
So, I guess...
that'd be cool to have at least one like that, so where maybe you only have to pay for 2. I'd feel really nice. I'd be happy about that.
Like, I think that's a good strategy to have.
Yeah, they make one of the new characters unlockable through the game, and then they make Dizzy 100% pay for because people are going to pay for it since they voted for it, right?
Definitely.
That's how it works.
I would say so.
And then, the other person is going to be paid for as well. Anthony, you're not going to pay for it. I would never pay for it either, but still.
So Goom would be basically... He would be, the Ramlethal of that game, where he's basically already in the game as a quote-unquote boss character? I don't know. Because she was technically the new character in Sign, so she would be one of the new ones that was already available, which means we technically still have 2 slots, yeah.
Well, we'll see. Because
do you think the DLC characters will be limited to new characters?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't know. They'd have to have a lot of new characters, and I mean, like, you know, not even Overture, you know.
Yeah,
characters.
That's what I'm saying.
Brand new characters.
And just because the chat keeps saying, Goom is a she because it's a girl in like an old man robot or something.
Is her name Goom or is the robot's name Goom?
That's a good question. I don't have the answer to.
So wait, that's a robot?
It's a robot.
Yes,
it's like a robot or a construct or something.
So this is basically Leopold all over again.
Not quite.
You see, a Leopold was actually a type of gear, whereas this is more of a mechanical construct that she uses as a type of heart suit.
But don't mechanical constructs use gears?
No, not necessarily.
It might use cogs or sprockets.
It could be organic.
They're mostly organic.
Yeah, like Android 18.
Yeah, they are definitively.
So what you're saying is she's basically riding in an old man-shaped power loader.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent.
This is unconfirmed. Don't quote us on that.
For more information on this character, go argue with Not Baffo on Twitter.
Excellent. But and even outside of gear, obviously in the next few days, we're gonna get Act 2 of Central Fiction, and Hades Izanami is going to be released as a playable character.
Why?
Still no sign of Jubei.
He is too small.
Why are you so small?
Why can't Jubei crawl?
He doesn't need to. He says he's so small he can probably just run underneath the tight space.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's a cat. That's right. But yet another iteration of BlazBlue where they get at least this is a character people did want to see, as opposed to some of the more random characters they just made up and added to the plot.
Yeah.
So
it's another Noel clone, basically.
No.
Well, no, this is actually the original.
Okay. Like, storyline speaking, it is not a Noel clone. It is the Patient Zero.
I just want to say this. I don't think we should ever discuss story to anything. This shit just
is probably a good choice.
How can you discuss story when Street Fighter V just released a story trailer and everybody's in it?
Chris, we don't know jack shit about Street Fighter V story outside of Charlie misses Guile. All right, that's it.
I think you know what else. You know what else we know about the Street Fighter V story? We're not going to get it for 4 months. So
yeah, but it'll be free when we get it.
I mean,
base Capcom.
I think the best part is that they went on record saying that it still takes place between 4 and 3.
They just won't. Wow. They won't.
So
they really want to end it with 3.
Yeah, they're never going to tell us what happens after 3. It's like
I still feel like this is going to be the alpha to the 3 series, to where it's going to start before, but then lead up to 3, and then coincide.
Well, Alpha 3 technically took place during or after Super Turbo, right?
No, Alpha 3 is before ST.
Whatever.
So Alpha 3 retcons the other alphas. It goes Alpha 3, Street Fighter 1.
What? Really?
Oh, no.
No way. Yeah, it has to at least be after 1.
Is it after 1?
Well, Sagat's got the scars.
I thought it just retconned the entire.
Okay, no, you're right. You're right. No, it's no. It doesn't retcon 2. It goes 1 Alpha 3, Street Fighter 2, 4, 5, and then 3.
Not even gonna
my brain just hurt.
Wow.
My brain hurts. I'm glad I don't pay attention. I'm glad I don't pay attention.
Street Fighter 2010 take place?
In 2010, stupid.
Oh, well, where is that in the timeline?
It already happened.
Oh, man.
Cyber Ken fought other cyber people.
Cyber Sagat and cyber violent Ken, hero to us all. God rest his soul.
What shit are you talking about now?
I don't know. I'm trying to segue into this Evo announcement that's happening tomorrow.
I like how you just had to blurt it out because you couldn't figure out a good segue.
There isn't one. Once we start talking about Street Fighter story, I'm like, well, I mean, it's
a good segue. It's called the hoverboard. Just kidding. That's shit.
I hope I don't break my neck on one of those. Jesus.
Don't stand on one.
What if you're on that thing and you're going forward and someone out of nowhere just hits you with a cutter? Like, come on, man. You're asking for
just
it at that
full
point.
RKO out of nowhere?
Yeah, like legit. And what can you do about that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
You're just going to flail and break your neck.
Just going to get bodied.
Yep. That's it. Dunzo. But yeah, so
all right, Chris.
Mr.
Wizard, talk to us about this announcement.
Mr. Wizard, who recently became a friend of the show, is going to be announcing the Evo 2016 location and lineup tomorrow. Don't know what time, but it's going to be on Red Bull Esports outlet. He didn't say if it was a Twitch channel or whatever. He just said he's going to be announcing it with Red Bull Esports. So a lot of anticipation has been building up about this. Obviously, we already know Street Fighter V is going to be the main game, but is Street Fighter 4 going to be right beside it, or are we pushing it aside for a newer game? Possibly DOA 5. I don't know.
Wow.
Could happen. I
don't think it could.
You don't?
Yeah, I think you might be wrong on that one.
I mean, DOA 5 is just an amalgam for every other game that's never made it to Evo past 2012.
I think the most important question about tomorrow's broadcast is, will Mr. Wizard appear on stream chugging a Red Bull?
He might have to. That might be in the deal. But he might be okay with that. He might love Red Bull. At least he does now.
I like that. At least he does now.
Yeah. So it'll be cool. And I mean,
a better question is ESPN Esports offended that they chose Red Bull Esports?
That's a good question.
Is there drama? Can we make drama happen?
I don't know. I mean,
ESPN, you might be about sports, but you don't have the longevity within the esports community. You're just coming out the cut thinking that you're top dog.
I'm just gonna come out and say it. They kind of didn't grab us when they first opened up ESPN Esports. They were kind of just like, hey, we're gonna be running competitive gaming stories, coverage, whatnot. And they had a schedule, and the schedule's cool. It's got, Evo and other majors on it. But I think a lot of people felt like, ESPN was just kind of putting us there as an afterthought. And we were still left to, scrape by with our own devices, which is fine because we've been doing that for, the last 15 years or so odd. So I don't think it's a huge deal. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, Man, I hope they're at least covering it, because this is a big
covering
deal.
it. They said Daigo Umehara is the main guy to watch for 2016 in fighting
That's
game.
bullshit. It's fucking
I already
bullshit.
said it. The best person to watch is Jeff Schaeffer. And he comes out the cut, shit talks everyone into oblivion, and then just wins Street Fighter 5.
It's actually Son of Schaeffer.
Son of Schaeffer.
His kid's gonna pull out a ruler. He's gonna measure the screen. He's gonna beat the shit out of everyone. That's it.
That is like that Daigo shit is such a generic statement, man. I swear to God.
Think about it though. If Son of Schaeffer, like you got to imagine the banter that kid's got. Like, oh man,
Son of Schaeffer, raised by Schaeffer and Tomo.
I feel like
Raised by wolves.
Like I will never.
The wolves are Mike Watson.
I will never take away any of Daigo's accolades, but I just kind of feel like whenever somebody brings him up in a conversation about, notable like fighting game players of history, I feel like it's like the same mentality behind like, hey, who's your favorite basketball player? Like, Michael Jordan?
well, like with that, Daigo's Mad Catz, right?
Yeah.
So, where's like his shoes? Especially with Mark on the team. Like, where's the Daigo shoes?
The sitting man?
Yeah, what could that be? The rare footage of actually getting angry, man.
We're actually gonna find out that that's where Watson has been. He was actually in a mountain teaching Jeff Schaeffer's son how to play, like having him train under a waterfall and shit.
Fundamentals.
I would believe it.
Fundamentals.
Never leave the ground. Don't jump.
You need to meditate under this waterfall as I keep throwing out normals, but you need to attack me on the recovery. But you can't move.
Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna sit under this ice cold waterfall, and I'm gonna chuck Dukins until you become the Dukin.
What's gonna happen? He's just gonna have like a ball launcher, like a tennis ball launcher, and just keep shooting at him, and then eventually he'll sit there in like a meditative state, and then he'll neutral jump without ever moving, like in real life. Like, he's the one. He's done it.
It's like when you can jump in your mind. You've dodged it in real life.
Oh my God.
He's just gonna be like, so you're saying I can dodge fireballs when you're ready?
Don't get ahead of yourself, Grasshopper. Don't be like.
Can we make the Son of Schaeffer movie? Like, just.
I really want to do it now. That'd be great.
Is it gonna be like Creed or something? Or
God.
So Watson comes out the cut and just races Schaeffer's kid.
It's like, see, it could happen then, and you have, he goes through Evo and he has to fight, notable other legends. His first match has to go destroy Sirloin. And, Vaya gives him trouble, but, part 3, he finally beats Vaya, and then, he wins Evo, and then, he doesn't stay for the ceremony. He just goes on the hunt for Tomo.
He doesn't stay at the ceremony, and then in the 4th movie, John Choi ends up killing Daigo.
John Choi, if he dies, he dies.
It's really good.
We are so stupid.
No,
That's why people
we have
watch
to bottle
us.
this.
And this is why we get the big bucks, right? Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, my head hurts from laughing.
I know, man.
Who do we got to talk to?
Right? This is actually the sequel to Bang the Machine.
Oh my
I'm
God.
going to like highlight this part and just like show it to everybody I know and be like, hey, so you think we can do something with this? You're like,
all right, look. So I think tomorrow I actually have to drive past CBS Studios, or
they would be perfect for this.
Yeah, man. Just put us on right before 60 Minutes. Like, we got this. This made for TV movie.
Son of Schaeffer.
Son of Schaeffer.
I am the man who will fight for you. Even that's Karate Kid too, but whatever.
I mean, that's fine.
It all fits, man. It's perfect.
It's an apropos song.
So, but look, we got to think about it. Like, we already made the Son of Schaeffer movies and sequels, but what about branching out backwards and we take it to like the Ip Man direction, where we have the Watts story?
We just retroactively make Watts look like, you know, like a man of God who just beats people up because they get in his face.
Yeah, it's like
it's just footage of Watson wearing all white all the time.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like Eighth Mile, but with Watson. He's just like going out to the arcades and getting his ass beat like in real life. He's like, "You want to try throwing me again, motherfucker? You want to go?" He just gets up and he's like, "Fine, I'll play it your way," and just spam the shit out of Hadoukens and just like fucking footsie him and never throw.
Yo, they got to include the famous story of Watson parrying the chair at the arcade.
Oh my god. I want this shit to be so real, it's bad.
Yo, just halfway through one of the events, like the B3, like, he's just like, "This isn't a tournament, man. This is real life."
I'm out there busting my ass at night just so I can get quarters to play in the morning, only to get my shit slapped every which way visually and physically. It's tough out there, but I ain't giving up.
The Weasley sidekick will be Jay Viscount Snyder. He's on the court. He's like, "You can do it, Mike."
Nah, man, I don't think he'd call him Mike. If you call him Weasley, I would just say, "You can get him, Mr. Watts."
That should be like James Chan or something.
Oh, jeez, Watts, I thought you was gonna die. Good.
No, because in the movie, James Chan is actually already 85.
He's the arcade operator, man.
Well, I mean, he was, I think, at UCLA.
He's actually like the learned elder in the movie. He learns from him.
So he's like, "So I'm going to teach you everything I know about Street Fighter 2," and he's just like, "I don't want to play Cammy. Well, get the fuck out of here." And then he goes back to typing up an Alpha 2 FAQ for GameFAQs.
Sabretooth is so broken. If you lose a Sabretooth, I laugh, and I'm so happy.
Cammy's so bad, I'm so mad. Here's how you can tell you dashed, because the dust showed up.
Oh my god. What the fuck was I talking about?
Yeah, I was about to ask, are we going to get back on
topic? We were actually talking about the EVO announcement.
EVO announcements. So the sequel to Bang Machine.
Is going to be on, it's going to be on Twitch TV / Red Bull Esports tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So do the math for whatever region you live in.
Wait, 7 p.m.
That is 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern.
And Mountain? How about Mountain?
He forgets Mountain. Wow.
Man, I don't even know what Mountain time. I think they're actually like in Japan time or something.
Yeah, something like that.
There's mountains everywhere. Mount Fuji, Everest. What are we talking about?
Everest
the internet in the mountains is like they're on satellite, so it's awful.
They're sharing it with aliens and stuff.
That's good. That means I'll actually be home from work to be able to see the announcement.
I'll be at work, so I just watch it anyway.
Yeah.
Because nobody's there. I'm just sitting there, staring at Facebook. Anyway,
well, you and I are supposed to be working, aren't we? Didn't he say he's going to get us the guard?
Oh yeah, we are going to be doing some guard duty for both the announcement and Evo, the event. Protecting from leaks.
Protecting from leaks and throwing people off stage.
Basically,
we have been officially commissioned by Evo to hurt people.
Yeah, I got the badge in the mail this morning. Actually, kind of gaudy, but I can't show the photo yet.
Mine should be coming in soon. I live in Lancaster. Everything here is backwards.
Yeah, man, you better make sure they didn't put nothing else in there, man. You might be smuggling some Colombian hash.
Like corned beef hash?
Yeah, that's just delicious.
Ooh, sick, hell yeah.
Delicious. Yeah. From the hash house?
From the hash house, baby.
I gotta say, while the hash house hash is good, you don't get enough for how much you pay.
I mean, hash house is overpriced, but so is everything in Vegas.
Yeah,
totally. But if you get the pancake, you're good.
Well, not everything's over. We got to go off the strip next time. We get some pretty decently priced food.
Next time, that's all I do is go off the strip.
Well,
the strip is dead to
you're
me.
never even on the strip in the first place.
I'm at Evo like 3 hours like the weekend. I'm just like gone.
You know what happens when Anthony leaves the strip to go eat? He becomes the nugget king. All right,
stop. Don't talk about
This is the best story.
I like that. Don't talk about it.
He eats 100 chicken nuggets from McDonald's in under 2 minutes.
That's a lie. I only ordered 100 chicken nuggets. I didn't eat 100 chicken nuggets.
I mean, you were laying on that bench like you ate 100 chicken nuggets.
It wasn't good. I would not recommend anybody to eat nuggets in any quick fashion or large amounts to anyone.
I mean, I agree because it's not even chicken, but the point is you did it.
I did it faster than everyone else.
Was it? Oh yeah, it was a race, right? Yeah, shit.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Evo announcement tomorrow. It's going to be hype. Everybody's tune in, watch it. You might be surprised. I know I will be if certain things aren't announced. KOF 14 and whatnot. Can they even announce that as a game now? Like,
I don't know. They announced Tekken 7 last year.
We don't even have a release date for KOF 14 now.
I'm assuming Tekken 7's coming back too, but does that even have a console release date yet?
Nope.
Yeah, so.
But it's available in some form.
Let's do a quick Pockets pick. Chris?
Okay. Pockets pick for Evo.
What we're gonna do is we're going to do what one high profile game do you think not making it into Evo 2016?
It's
How high profile are we talking?
We're talking about
I'm talking about the whole field, like basically things that people would think would be there, but won't be.
Sunday finals. Sunday finals worthy. I think it's gonna be one Smash, and I don't think it's gonna be Melee.
Ooh, interesting.
I don't
know.
Boy, man, that will light some fires if that's true.
Yeah. At the same time, I don't think it'll make Evo less watched. I think it'll make it it'll have a microscope on it now because it'll be like, wow, you dissed Melee for 4. Does this get the ball rolling for the great transition, or did you guys shoot yourselves in the foot?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. If you turn out to be right, I think it will be very interesting.
It'll just be like I think that'll be like the biggest thing that's ever happened to our scene, at least as far as Evo goes.
It'll definitely big news.
Yeah,
because the Smash scene will have a collective cow.
Oh yeah.
But Smash 4 also has its own scene, and
very true.
They're basically supported by Nintendo. So, I mean, if you're a TO and you want sponsors and an official sponsor saying, "Hey, we'll support this, but if you want to run this, you're on your own," and that's another spot that you can't use to run another game that's going to get a massive amount of entrants. I don't know, man. That is a rough one.
Yeah. The other game I keep hearing a lot of people think will not be there is Marvel 3.
Ooh.
And I actually think, personally, I think Marvel 3 is going to be back this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it will be Sunday finals, though.
Ooh, okay, I can see that.
That is almost as big as it not being there. Because it's been Sunday finals since, like, the first
year
one.
It came out.
Yeah. And it hasn't left. And it's always been the last game before Street Fighter 4. So if it somehow got, I don't know, man. I feel like that time. I guess the time slot switch would just be the biggest transition. I feel like a lot of people would just feel like, there's the end is nigh. It's coming. We've seen what happens when a game switches time slots. Like as much as I keep bringing it up, KOF 13 had 3 different time slots before it was eventually removed from competition altogether at Evo. And so once you see that switch occur, it just gets the wheels turning there. It doesn't happen every time, probably. I'm not saying that it's a 100% accurate statement to say that if it loses its spot, that it's on its way out. But it's a pretty good indication of where it's going.
I don't think a lot of people say, I don't really think Marvel is dying, honestly. I think the Marvel community has changed. It has shrunk, definitely. But the game is still changing. It's just, I think the biggest thing about it is that Marvel is just not on the top of everybody's mind like it used to be. And that is what has changed people's perceptions of it.
Yeah.
So, while all the big name players are not necessarily still playing the game, everybody feels like, well, that means nobody's playing the game. And that's never been the case.
No, not true. There's still people playing that game. There's a lot of people at Frosty Fausting playing that game. We got a lot of people watching it too. So still got some potential, but I would agree with you. That would not be in my picks to make it normally. What about you, Tony? What you got?
Who, me? Not being there?
Yeah.
Remember, it's gotta be AAA title, no Waku.
Oh, well, yeah. But I don't know why. I know I'm completely wrong. I don't know. I know I'm wrong. There's no possible way, but for some reason to me it feels like KI or MKX isn't coming there. I know that's wrong, 100%.
I would agree with you with KI. I would totally think that KI would not make it this year, but once again,
MKX is probably going to, because they're still going pretty strong. They have season 2. Yeah.
I would say both will make it because of new content.
Yeah.
With Combat Pack 2 coming out, that's a shoe-in for me, and not only because of Season 3 KI, but also the KI Cup is coming up pretty soon, and they've been really doing their best to make sure the community is encouraged to keep at it. So
right, yeah, they've been doing a good job of that. So it keeps the attention fresh on it, but at the same time, I mean, I look at it as you compare it to other games that will most likely be up there or could be up there, and it's just like, that I could kind of see it. Maybe not over Street Fighter 4 or something like that, though. Like, I feel like Street Fighter 4 would probably go out before KI does.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there.
So realistically, I think that Persona ain't coming back.
I think that's a good. Actually, damn, that's a cheater, man. Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. I should have said that. Oh man, what if they announced the patch before Evo?
That is. I still don't think it'll be back. I mean, I hate to say it that.
What if they
announce
announce a brand new Persona just for Evo?
Wow.
If the announcement's at Evo, then maybe. Oh crap! What if that happens?
Like Ultimax 2, the Suplex City edition or something.
Featuring guest character The Beast.
Yep.
It's like
the Beast skin. Incarnate, Pork Brosnans.
Oh my god. Well, I think Gibby and Alex. Oh, there they go. Alex, do you have a pick?
What was the thing? I went to get some water.
Of all the whatever, just the games that have made like Sunday Finals or even like whatever, just big name
of the
games
main games
at Evo that has had historic showing more than once, which will not be seeing its return this year. And I mean, I'm not saying you can't choose other games that we've already chosen, like Persona, but don't be lame.
Third Strike.
Damn it.
Real games.
Oh, okay. Do you want to fight me in the street?
All right. Of the games from last year, what do you think would be a surprise and is not coming back?
Melee.
Yeah, that's what Chris said too.
I honestly can't think of any other one that would be gone. Like,
do you really? I mean, I felt like they would probably like have wanted Melee to go away this year. Like, give it like Smash 4 and Melee like the 2 years or something, like a buffer it, but then kind of phase out Melee. But Melee isn't phasing out Melee, so that's like, I could see it happening. The game's super old, but it has such longevity, like, because people are still playing it.
I mean, people are still watching it. People still like showing up to play and all that stuff.
Yeah.
At the same time, is there going to be any growth there for Evo? Is that going to lead
I could see Melee not getting in for a couple reasons. One, obviously Nintendo.
Yep.
And their desire to push the new game over the old game. And the second reason is because Evo will probably run Street Fighter 4 as well as Street Fighter 5. And having basically what would be 3 games over 1,000 people, along with Guilty Gear, which might get close, is maybe going to be pushing their capacity.
What What if they just throw us the biggest curveball, and it's 4 that's not there?
That
I would be really surprised.
I feel like
Honestly,
4's about to have a big year. Like, it's gonna be weird.
No, because I feel like if they didn't have 4, I don't think numbers would decline for Street Fighter players. They would probably still be bigger. I think they would have more people if they had 4, but I feel like at this point it might not be a necessity to have 4.
It's definitely not a necessity. It's just.
Oh, so you're saying you believe that in terms of unique entrants, that Melee would promote more unique entrants?
Yeah, than 4.
I can see that.
Yeah, no, I would actually agree with you.
So, I mean, I could see 4 on the chopping block. I don't think they would, because, I still believe that 4 will probably end up being at Capcom Cup next year, but, we'll see.
The only reason why I can't say 4 is because I haven't seen it perform side by side with 5 yet, whereas we've seen Smash 4 perform side by side with Melee, and it's 2 different scenes. So,
yeah, but another thing that's weird is that you think about it, like, people always talk about 09ers and with Street Fighter 4. Essentially, 5 is going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's been, 7 years?
Yeah. There could be a ton of people that just don't cross over, honestly. There could just be a bunch of people that are like, say, screw it, I'm sticking with 4 because this is the only one I'm good at, and I don't want to start over from scratch.
And I feel like this will also bring back a bunch of old players, too. Again.
Yeah, it's already doing that supposedly. Some people that I haven't seen in years are talking about going back into the circuit. They want to start traveling again. So
whoa,
that's
you
cool.
talking about Mike Wakefield? He's coming back for 5?
He's coming back for 5. I don't know if to talk to Alex about that.
Oh, are you trying to say that's Alex's man?
That's his boy, man.
Well, I don't think Mike Wakefield would ever talk to Chris after Chris beat the shit out of him, right?
Well, he hasn't talked to me since.
Chris, what did you hit him with?
The double tension Q.
No, say it.
Tension Q tie. There we go.
Thank you. You're the only guy that ever does it.
I know.
I will point out, by the way, he was at Cooperation Cup.
Yeah, what the hell?
I just saw a picture that Arlia took, and he's like, "Oh, look at this crowd," and then I was like, "Why is this tall white guy there?" And he just kept staring at the photo, and then someone's like, "Oh, Mike Wakefield's there." I was like, "Oh no."
Who is Mike Wakefield?
I just stared at the photo. I'm like, "Who am I looking at?"
Did he want to lose?
Mike Jones.
The thing that is that he did not enter, because if he entered, he'd have won. Because 1, he's Mike Wakefield, and 2, Hell Pockets wasn't there.
He wouldn't have won because he would have wanted to lose.
He just doesn't want to win.
I hope I lose. That's what he said.
Oh my god. Yeah, but the guys like him are coming back for Street Fighter 5. So you could have a totally different scene.
Or I mean, people who actually really mattered, like the Wolf Brothers.
The Wolf Brothers, yeah.
So far, we only have one of the Wolves. We have Graham.
That's true.
I'm thinking what's going to happen is Graham is going to be the harbinger of the Wolves. So if at any point Graham gets so devastated, Alex comes in, they fuse, and they become Gramlix, the unstoppable Wolf Force.
I really thought you were going to say that Graham is the herald to Alex, and I was going to be like, is he fucking Galactus?
Oh my god.
Tony, write down the copyright on Gramlix.
But I bet even people such as Alex Sanchez will come back to play 5 for a little bit.
He always plays it for like a month.
Yeah.
He's going to have to.
And that's fine, because they're going to get that money.
No, he doesn't care about the money. He just wants to play.
No, not him.
Capcom?
Yeah.
All right, here. I'll make you.
They're gonna swindle him.
I'll make
Okay.
so Alex is coming, right? I keep trying to wake up, and I'm like, man, I hope Alex isn't in 5. And then I just look at that, screenshot. And like, there it is, and I feel terrible. But
you hope Alex isn't in 5, much like how I gave up on The Last Guardian, and then once I finally gave up, they decided to release it.
Yeah,
and I was really mad.
When Ono was
that game came out?
It's not out yet, but it's almost out.
Remember when they were like, yeah, Ono said basically he's never going to be in, he was never in consideration. I talked to Ono that one time with that story, and he told me, never even thought of for 4, right? And then we had that bootleg character in the Metro City stage where everyone's like, is it Axel from Final Fight or is it Alex? And everyone's like, okay, it's actually Alex when they looked in the source code, right? Because that's how everything's described. And then they officially announced it, and I'm like, why did you do that? I was so happy with that character being bad and perfect in 3. Like, yeah, it's a struggle, but you know what? It was my struggle.
Put a lot of years into that struggle.
Yeah. Wait, it was your struggle? Uh-oh.
Your fight? Don't even...
I'm laughing.
It was my battle.
It was your fight?
It was my battle.
Okay.
You're done.
There is... All right, moving away from the Capcom Manifesto, the only way I'm going to play 5 is if somebody gets it for me on PC or buys me a PS4.
Buy yourself a PS4, lazy ass.
No.
Doesn't work if I buy my own PS4 because I like the game and stuff.
Check this out. Look, I'm putting out content now, right? I finally remembered that my computer can do stuff. So I'm making streams. Sooner or later, I'll figure out how to make an overlay and get it to work. How about you guys send me money? Think of it like there's like a couple of you that are watching now, right? Like maybe over 200. How about each and every one of you sends me $3?
$3. That's all you need.
$3, and then I'll buy the game and I'll put content out and I will break the game into pieces.
$300, $3 by 280.
I mean, at least for Alex, I'd imagine.
No, look what I've done for Alex.
No, I know that you've done a lot, but I feel like at the very least we would get like the complete Alex analysis plus glitches and shit. You know?
Yeah.
You get $846 for that. Damn.
I mean, y'all read I'm assuming you read the, the Mike Z. Here's how I changed Third Strike list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good part of that was me reminding him of stuff that needs to be fixed.
I can't wait for the PC mods to put more clothes on the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this parka. It's pretty chilly on this stage.
Walkman, I have an important question, though. What is coming out first? Mighty Number 9 or The Last Guardian?
Shenmue 3.
Wow.
I can't believe they announced that too. I can't believe they announced that too. I was like, what? What's going on?
This was a great E3 for you.
I just feel like they're 7 years too late. Like I would have been perfectly happy at the end of the 2000s, be like, all right, cool. And then it's just like, 13 years later, here's the games, guys. I'm like, why? Why now? Why now?
What does this do for me?
Amazing.
Yeah, so Mighty Number 9 apparently got delayed till, what, spring?
But they said no more delays.
See, here's the thing, though.
Wait, since I haven't paid attention, here's the real question. How many times has this game actually been delayed now?
I think 4? 3 or 4?
4. This is his 4th time.
Man.
I think if they delay it long enough, then they think that maybe people will forget about it, and then it won't come out.
Oh, shit.
Mighty Number 9's coming out, guys. We didn't spend all the money on a Coke party.
Like $80 million Coke party, baby. Everybody's fucking dead.
Wait, man, they didn't spend it on a Coke party?
Yeah, man.
Really?
They got all that crystal Coke.
They really need to level up
Cherry
all the
Coke?
spending tapping. The
Coke with no NutraSweet.
The purest.
The purest of Coke.
By the way, I put my PayPal.me link in the chat.
Wow, full scumbag, huh?
He was not even joking. I like it.
If you guys want content, I'll do it.
Have you ever seen Alex at his job? He stands on a corner with some sunglasses holding out a can with pencils in it.
He spins the sign, says free pencils. It's cool.
It's like, you need the right? You need the right. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, you need the right. You know I'm right.
Free of charge. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, you bought pencils, but have you bought pencils from a can before?
These are special Sanchez brand pencils.
Yeah, think about it.
Guaranteed to not break until I say they will.
Look, I can sell you these pencils, and they won't break until you lose faith in them.
Damn.
Sounds like the problem is with you, man, because like you just
I'm
don't
not even
believe enough.
I'm not even gonna have a can that you can tell what it was before. You can't tell if it was a Coke can. You can't tell if it was a Campbell soup can. But if you buy a pencil, I will tell you the history of that can. So not only do you get a working pencil that you can use to write, draw, maybe further your own career in all these arts, but you also get a cool anecdotal story about how it came up on that can. Now, you, as a handsome and understanding individual of massive financial prowess, can you turn down this deal?
No God-fearing entrepreneur could turn it down.
Now here, thank you for saying that. Now there's my link again. Feel free to send me money.
Jesus.
Man, even Pocket is like, Jesus.
I can't.
I've already stopped myself from donating.
I'm a shill. I'm like totally admitted to being a shill, but man,
I've stopped myself from donating $10 like 5 times already. Like this guy's getting.
Look, Tony, think about it. You send me this money, I will start getting into talks for people that work in fighting games, and we might be able to get Jin Fuha back.
All right, where's the link? Let me take a look. You guys think I'm joking? I'm putting the 10 down now. $10. Paying for a good or service? No.
I don't expect shit. Click link.
This is just like Kickstarter. I'm gonna get exactly what I paid for.
That's so bitter. It's great.
Except the difference here is, unlike Mighty Number 9, I'll actually deliver on some of these things.
Oh, speaking of which, I just found this tweet, like apparently comparing Mighty Number 9 to Undertale. It's pretty.
You sent $10 to Alex. All right, there you go, Alex. $10.
Check my Gmail.
Like, sweet, I'm not doing shit.
Y'all are too happy about this.
Buying some Wendy's 4 for $4. Anybody tried that yet? Is that good?
Oh yeah, I'm about to with these $10.
It's better than the Burger King 5 for $4 or whatever. That was straight booty. Like, I didn't realize I hated Burger King so much until I tried everything that wasn't the Whopper.
I don't mind their new chicken nuggets, honestly.
It's all right,
But yeah, the Wendy's one is the best one I've had so far. I've heard that the new McDonald's mozzarella sticks are, as expected, complete ass.
I mean, it's probably not even really mozzarella or bread or sticks.
I mean, it looks like a stick. What else would it be?
A wedge.
Oh, interesting point.
Yeah, they actually stumped me a little bit.
I didn't even know that Carl's had one of those deals until you guys talked about it.
Oh, really?
So, dude, everybody's doing it right now. It's crazy.
That one.
Dude, did you see the exchange between Burger King and Wendy's?
No.
That was so good. So, Wendy's put up their 4 for $4, right?
Right.
And obviously they're one of the better ones. Wendy's being slightly better quality for the most part on their fast food options.
For sure.
And then BK came in and said, "Yo, we got 5 for $4 because 5 is better than 4." And then somebody replied, to Wendy's, they're like, "Yo, you see this? What do you have to say?" Or like, what are you gonna deliver in response? And they said, "Edible food."
Savage.
Yo, that clap back.
Just like in the immortal words of Combo Fiend, the hero always wins in the end.
You said that, and I was thinking, ooh, goddamn.
Well, that works too.
Perfect.
He's a very quotable man.
Yo, speaking of burgers, though, since I was in Chicago, I got to go to Shake Shack, which apparently I didn't even realize had opened up a branch in Chicago from New York, and it was good. It was way better than Five Guys. There you go.
Well, I'm sure.
Fucking dissing on Five Guys, man.
So,
because that shit is mad overpriced.
Oh my god.
I went into a Five Guys and I ordered like the exact same thing that I get from like In-N-Out, and I definitely paid double. I was so baffled at the end of the exchange. I was like, "Can I just get like a burger and some fries and a drink?" And they're like, "All right,
it's for the peanuts, man."
It's like $15. I'm like, wow. I mean, you already got me. All right.
You're already cooking the burger. I guess I can't not pay you the money. Oh, jeez.
I should have just thrown the peanuts on the floor and just boned out like real quick. Gonna be looking like the Texas Roadhouse when I'm out of this motherfucker. Oh, shit.
Just rip them open. Like the elephant's graveyard over here, man. Yeah, I've only had Five Guys once, and I mean it was all right, but yeah, it wasn't like $15 worth good. And I mean, Shake Shack is supposedly really good, so can't wait for that to not
was
come
it
out
really
to California.
a shack? Did you just go out?
No, actually, it was just a normal, like, little, almost like a fast food counter type place in a strip mall in Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, that's good enough.
I wanted a rickety shack, but all right.
Sorry, man.
It's not authentic unless you get splinters in your shake. Okay.
Wow.
It's like splinters in my tongues, man. Glass
Maybe like a little asbestos while we're at it. I mean, this place is a shack.
Delicious.
It's sugary. But, oh man, I did have one more topic. I was going to talk about, cracked betas and leaks and...
Go for it.
Yeah.
Well, there's not really much left to say. Like, I kind of handled it. I thought I said enough about it last week where it was like, hey, if you got a game that's breaking street date, you probably don't want to post photos and videos of it on Instagram and other social media outlets. And, I mean, when you do, you kind of reap the consequences of what you've done. Deleting it doesn't really do much, especially after everybody knows what you did. And, I mean, yeah, people are going to probably reference that if you go to a tournament and win it very convincingly.
Yeah.
Are we just talking about LPN here?
I'm just talking about people in general. Like, LPN was the latest offender, but he's obviously not the first and won't be the last person to do this. Some of those people who have been accusing him of doing this have been guilty of this themselves in the past and probably would be currently as well. So I'm obviously not taking sides here. It's it's a fact of life in this scene. People do what they got to do to get up, and there was money on the line, and he did his homework, and it's not
was
his
there
fault.
money on the line?
I didn't think there was money on the line.
No, he won some cash.
Oh, okay, that makes it different.
I mean, no.
Yeah, I was thinking it was just like those Mad Cats products.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I'm hearing, he's like, he's saying other people were saying that cash was on the line. It wasn't it was like a marginal amount, if it existed.
I bet when he won, he could have ordered 2 of the chicken strip baskets and maybe a beer.
Dude, he loves chicken strips too. He'll do whatever he can to get those chicken strips.
Hold on. If we really want to measure how much he won, if he just got prizes, if he sold those prizes, how many Five Guys burgers could he buy?
Probably 2.
Only 2.5, most likely.
At least one. At least one.
I don't know. Is it a double? Are we talking double burgers? Because
you mean
probably
a regular...
only get about 2.
I'm saying a regular burger. If you got a little burger, you could probably get the one with bacon. But if you wanted to go for the bacon big one, no go. That's impossible.
You do realize that a Mad Cat's brand new TE2 is only worth about 5 Guys burgers, right? Seriously. That shit is crazy.
He won a PS4 apparently. Like, come on. Like, all right, so like it's just like the point of it is don't be surprised if this happens anymore. Like, obviously, we should obviously scold people who are bad at doing this. If you're under NDA, if you have something that is illegal, probably don't want to post it on the internet. Especially if you're going to be competing for something in that game later on that week.
So I didn't get to see the video, but I hope that there was poor editing and lots of screaming of World Star.
Well, obviously there was.
World Star!
Dude, people are analyzing this video like the freaking Kennedy assassination. They're like, dude, there's like a win counter on that. That didn't exist in beta. I'm like, are you fucking serious, guys?
Birdie's standing punch looked like it was 5 frames. Like, okay, well, good analysis there, buddy.
Like it's just like I don't know. I should have expected it. I mean, it was big enough to bring about the return of Scoop Newsman. So shame on you guys.
Yeah, it was big. And I think all of it was dumb for multiple reasons. Could have been handled better. Denying it is one thing, and then screwing with people is another.
I honestly think a couple things. So we saw this with MK and the whole ban the testers thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what really companies need to do is make a decision. if you know, obviously you have people under NDA who have tested the game. Now you make a decision. Either it's obviously not fair for them to be playing a lot of people who didn't test the game. So maybe you have 2 separate events, like one an exhibition for people who obviously know way more about the game, and then you do a normal tournament for people who don't.
Right, and now I just want to point out they did have an exhibition on the day before the actual tournament, that the Mad Cats Cup thing they did, but they still let everybody who was there enter the day after.
Right. So I think you should do one or the other, honestly, or I mean both, but it's like you can't enter the open tournament if you are on NDA. Or, I mean, there is one thing, too, is with this game getting cracked, some people have it anyway. And in that case, you really can't do much about it.
Right.
I mean,
it's
out there, the internet.
Well, one dude may have the game. How do you know that, like, on the side, he isn't letting his boy, like, play up that nobody knows about?
Well, that's another whole bag of worms, but we have no proof of that either. At least
exactly.
Who was involved. So
the moral of the story is there's not really much regulations on fighting game tournament rules, and given any opportunity, I'm sure everybody else would have done the same. So whatever.
Pretty much.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody would do the same. It just wouldn't get caught doing it. Shit.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that you would have an early copy of Street Fighter V at your house for like the last 2 months or whatever?
Obviously, I wouldn't.
And you're just not going to be playing it? Be like, no.
I wouldn't be playing. What are you talking about, Tony? Of course I wouldn't be playing it because that's wrong.
Hold on. Let me just stop you guys right there. I would definitely be playing it, but I wouldn't enter tournaments.
So you guys are going to jail.
Not because it's wrong, but because I don't give a shit about entering tournaments. I just play it because, like, oh, hey, look, this is a game I'm not going to play in about 5 hours. And that's about it.
All I'm saying is if you had access
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Tournament or no tournament, you'd probably be playing it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Speaking of games I'm not going to be playing in 5 hours, we still have this King of Fighters 2K2 UM to give out.
Oh, crap. That's right. Let's go.
And let's see. Is it the
hold on. I want to point something out while you go for the rolling the dice. That faint idiot that you can hear not muting the stream in the background. Who is that?
What the hell?
It's not you, Chris.
No, that's not me.
For once, it's not you fucking up.
Thank you.
Ooh.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
It's the missing member of Super Desperation Radio.
I am so happy.
How this works.
It's working. It's
Who's big dick?
That's Carter. Don't worry.
It's the mascot.
That's Hanzo Gonzo. He's not feeling well right now.
Oh, God. Well, that's about it. I guess we're at the end of the show.
I figure she'd be showing up at the end of the show, yeah.
It's the perfect cliffhanger for next week's episode.
All right. So, crap. Hold on. Let me see this. I have this person on my Steam friend list. Let's see if this person actually.
Well, I'll never be back now.
Well, way to ruin the
earliest I've
cliffhanger.
gotten home in like 2,000 years.
Well, way to ruin the cliffhanger. What are we gonna do now for a cliffhanger?
Oh, I don't know. Sorry for ruining your perfectly good podcast.
Excellent.
Nothing could ruin this podcast with Son of Schaeffer on it.
Yeah, you really you definitely missed out. I gotta be honest.
You ready to go over there, Gilby?
Yeah, Mizuki won it. And I'm trying to see if he's around.
He definitely already has it because I definitely bought
okay,
it
that's
for
what I
him.
was gonna ask. Okay, all right, perfect. Thank you. That's all I needed to know. I was gonna ask if he has the game right now. Let's re-roll.
Re-roll the dice, man.
The fuck are you giving away?
All right.
Copy of 2K2. Damn, I cannot talk today. Shit.
You can, yeah. You really just hitting all sort of wrong valves.
2K can't what?
Just to answer the question, these nuts.
All right, sick. I like this winner.
Oh,
Spider Carnage. You around?
Spider Carnage. Collusion.
Notice how the people who are winning are people that we have met in real life.
Yeah.
If you guys want to win a raffle, hit us up in real life.
Oh my god. I think he has the game too. I don't know.
I don't know. Or I have him on Steam. I can't check his friends list early. I can't check him games he has.
Look, just
Spider Carnage, you want a copy of 2K2UM on Steam?
Yo, by the way, Ms. Spider Carnage, do you have 2K2?
Oh yes, do you already have
hold on.
2K2UM?
All right.
No, Gibby was asking the wrong person.
Mizuki says he doesn't have 2K2UM.
Oh, I bought him 98.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Spider Carnage, you want nothing.
Wow, you just pulled the Steve Harvey? Holy shit.
The bait and switch. Thanks, Gibby.
Oh, it's okay. Carnage has 2K2UM. This all works.
Don't thank me. You thank Anthony for this shit.
I bought him one of the games. Whatever. I bought him the better one.
Mizuki, I'm gonna DM you. So, once again, this code was given to us by the illustrious CBS2 player, the Muffin Man.
There you go.
Feel free to follow him on Twitter. It is EBT_Muffin Man.
Let me just put that in the stream chat real quick for the fellas.
And
Big thanks to Muffin Man. He is a peach.
Mm-hmm.
no, he is a muffin.
Oh, you're right. My
A
bad.
peach muffin?
Oh. All right. Well, we are out of here. We are over. We are over as much as Raw is over right now because it's just finishing up.
Seriously.
hold on. Actually, there's one question. Kelly, you still here?
What?
Okay. Are you okay with Saber?
Dude, I'm savoring the flavor.
Excellent.
What?
That's all I needed to know. We're good.
Oh, yo, from the Fate Moon anime?
That's my favorite.
Hell no. You're going to be Saber from Unlimited Codes, the extra one. The
Oh,
green
dude.
one.
I
Saber.
legitimately main Saber in Nitro Plus. It's like a problem. Like, because I was totally joking when I saw she was in the game. I was like, I have no idea what type of character she's gonna be, so like, I don't give a fuck. But I'm just gonna tell everyone that I main her anyway without even playing the game. And I started playing it, and I was like, oh shit.
Damn, she's like already doing it right.
No, she was like super OP in like one of our early builds. Like, she was fucking ridiculous. Like her chip damage alone was like, this like is not. Like, this is a fucking massacre, like, no matter who you're against.
That seems okay to me, shit.
Well, no, I mean, like, she's fine now. She's totally balanced now, but, like, yeah, originally it was, like, I would do my level 3, and someone would be, like, guarding at half health, and they would die.
That's awesome! What are you talking about?
I always wanted a chip character.
No, she's the chippiest chip. Well, like, her whole gimmick is chip.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
if you do one of her supers and make her sword invisible, just until you do another super, she's just massive chip damage everywhere. So I like her because I'm bad, but I think like everyone who's won a tournament with her so far, like in America, like any of our tournaments, has been playing Saber. So
Quick, plug your game. When does it release?
yo, pick up Nitro Plus Blasters. Releasing February 2nd, which is like I think 8 days away.
Blasters with a Z, everybody.
Yeah, with the Z.
Turtles.
We released a quick vid just showing like the basics of the game, which is pretty basic for an air dasher. But there's someone sent us a video. I actually forget who it was. I'm gonna look it back up. And maybe if I like make it ever again, I'll share the video. But they made like a 17-minute in-depth look at the game. It's kind of ridiculous.
Okay.
Doing all
All right.
right.
Anybody else got anything before we leave?
The Blade and Soul launch has been a complete shit. Don't play it.
Oh my god.
Anybody else?
Play the Japanese
I want
version.
to be a cat summoner like Pat.
All right. Anybody else got anything before we go?
Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Team Spooky, I Play Winner, WWE, Triple H. Be sure to follow all of them. Subscribe to the WWE Network for $9.99 a month, and tell them we sent you. You get a 0% discount, but we get kickbacks.
And thanks to our new majority shareholder, Muffin Man, for donating that game.
Muffin Man now owns 52% of SDR.
Wow. All right. That about sums it up, wraps it up for this episode of Super Desperation Radio. So from everybody here at the cast, good night and good luck.